What's up guys, it's Toby here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video, and today we are talking about Renato Sanches, the Portuguese midfield maestro who is doing very well at the Euros, because we have a big transfer story for you guys which I will talk about in detail. But first, I'm excited to tell you guys that we have a new sponsor. Do you want to win a free PlayStation 5? If you do, all you need to do is click the first link in the video description and predict the winner of Euro 2020. So who will win the European Championship? It doesn't cost anything to enter and you can win a free PlayStation 5. And this big story comes from Sky Sports and other news outlets, and Fabrizio Romano, the transfer guru, also claims that Liverpool could strike a deal for Lille midfielder Renato Sanches, who is having a really good Euros tournament. Portuguese later today play Belgium in a last 16 game. Really looking forward to this. So the Portuguese international is valued at around 20-25 million pounds, but it's unclear how much Liverpool would have to spend to get him in the current transfer market, and especially if Portugal go a long way in the Euros and Renato Sanches plays well, then maybe his market value will go up even more. But speaking on his podcast, transfer guru Fabrizio Romano claimed that Sanches could be a main target for Liverpool, and Liverpool already scouted him extensively. And Renato Sanches, after having failed in England with Swansea City and also having failed a little bit with Bayern Munich, he went to Lille where he found his form again, and he helped Lille achieve an almost unthinkable, almost impossible task, winning the French league on a very limited budget compared to Paris Saint-Germain. And I mean, ahead of the mega rich Paris Saint-Germain, it's a huge feat for Lille to win a French league title. And according to some Italian outlets, they said previously that Liverpool have already agreed a deal with Renato Sanches, and now we only wait for the Euros to finish and then we can strike a deal with Lille as well. Liverpool are looking for a replacement for Wijnaldum, who will leave a huge gap in the Liverpool midfield, because Wijnaldum played almost 50 games last season for Liverpool and he was almost an ever present. So signing a replacement is one of the priorities for Liverpool. So right now Lille are facing some very difficult times. They are facing financial issues caused by the pandemic, the TV deal collapsing, and poor performances on the field last season and the season before that. And yes, they have qualified for the Champions League because of winning the French league, but they still have financial problems, and they might have to sell one or two of their star players. And of course Lille won't be winning the league title every season. This was just probably a one-off miracle of a season, and next season Paris Saint-Germain will come back strong. I mean, I already heard that they agreed the deal for Sergio Ramos. They already signed Wijnaldum on a free transfer. So Paris Saint-Germain will only get stronger and stronger, and I think with Renato Sanches probably use the Lille as a stepping stone in his career to once again get back to that level of he once played for Bayern Munich. He wants to get back to that level. So Bayern decided to sell Renato Sanches in 2019, and Renato Sanches was still a very young player when he was at Bayern. He wasn't maturing maybe at the rate that Bayern Munich would have wanted him to, and also he was still a young player. But now, after Bayern sold him to Lille for 20 million, Renato Sanches looks like a proper bowler. He looks like a player who is ready for that next level, who is ready to play regularly at a title chasing and Champions League chasing side like Liverpool. Transfermarkt now value him at almost 30 million pounds, 27 million. Considering that Lille got him for 20 million, I think they want at least 25, maybe even 30 million for Renato Sanches. And as I said, if he has a great Euros tournament, then his price could skyrocket. So what I would do if I was Liverpool, I would approach Lille right now and try and broker a deal with Lille for Renato Sanches right now, so we could get him as soon as possible for as little as possible. And I'm pretty convinced that Liverpool will sign a replacement for Wijnaldum, because Jurgen Klopp said that Wijnaldum's contribution to the Liverpool cause was off the scale, and Liverpool will need to replace the midfielder this summer. They may have Henderson, Fabinho and Thiago, and they may have high hopes hopes for Curtis Jones, who should play a bigger role next season, but banking on Naby Keita and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, who in the last 2 seasons combined only had 35 league starts between them, to fill the void like Wijnaldum's is a big gamble that Liverpool shouldn't be taking. And there are targets, you know, Renato Sanches is one, Florian Neuhaus is another, Ryan Gravenberch, who is also a Netherlands international teammate of Wijnaldum at the Euros, is another target. I might make a detailed video on him as well in the future. So I think that Renato Sanches would be a very good option. Let me know what you think as well in the comments below. Do you want Liverpool to sign Renato Sanches? If yes, let me know how much Liverpool should be paying for him. And according to Italian news outlets, Lazio have made contact with Liverpool to sign Xherdan Shaqiri, the Switzerland international. They will play France in the Euros, and Lazio are very keen on Julian Brandt as well, and Shaqiri is probably viewed as an alternative. He also would be a lot cheaper than Julian Brandt, who is a pretty regular player at Borussia Dortmund. And for Liverpool, Shaqiri only played 13 times in the Premier League last season, and he was mainly utilized as Mo Salah's backup, but Salah is almost undroppable with the amount of goals that he plays. Shaqiri showed at the Euros once again that he's a pretty neat, pretty fantastic player with goals and assists in his locker, but at 29 years old, I think it's the perfect time to cash in on him, and Liverpool would probably get around 10-15 million pounds for Xherdan Shaqiri. And also, Jurgen Klopp was reportedly told by Ralf Rangnick, the Leipzig chief, who said that Liverpool should pursue Ibrahima Konate over Dayot Upamecano, according to RB Leipzig journalist Guido Schäfer. Speaking with his compatriot, basically the journalist, Rangnick recommended the Frenchman as the greater talent and the better player than Upamecano. Liverpool were in contact for many months with Leipzig. Jurgen Klopp asked Ralf Rangnick a couple of years ago, who is the better player, Konate or Dayot Upamecano? Rangnick told Jurgen, when you are able to buy both, but they are both skillful players, but the greater talent and the better player is Konate. He's outstanding. Upamecano is a little more dynamic, but the better player for technique, for view of the match, passing and heading is Konate. He never lost one header, and imagine with Konate and Van Dijk, it looks like Liverpool could dominate aerially in their own box and also at corners and in the opposition box at free kicks as well. So I'm really excited for that partnership and what we could see next season from Konate and Van Dijk. I think we will see some games maybe at the start of the season of both of them playing together, because Joe Gomez, I'm hearing that he's still a little bit away from getting fully fit. And also there is an update on Patson Daka. Liverpool have been linked with him, and he personally confirmed that he's moving to Leicester City. He said, I will go to England and move to Leicester City. I had a great time here at Salzburg. They have become my second home. I will always be happy to come back here, but the Premier League has always been my big dream, and he's probably looking forward to playing for Leicester. And if what the Leicester Mercury, a Leicester City newspaper, is reporting is true, that they only signed him for 23 million pounds, it's absolutely a bargain. But probably Patson Daka decided to go to Leicester because he has guaranteed playing time there, even though Jamie Vardy is still their number one striker. I think Vardy being like 34-35 years old, probably Leicester will rotate Daka and Jamie Vardy next season, and at Liverpool maybe Daka wouldn't have played as much. But for 23 million, come on man, that's such a bargain for a really great young striker with bags of potential. I would have loved Liverpool to sign Patson Daka, but it wasn't to be, and I now hope that he doesn't do amazingly well at Leicester, because then Liverpool will make to regret that transfer even more, that lack of a transfer even more. Patson Daka for 23 million I think is a fantastic bit of transfer business. So congratulations to Leicester City. They keep doing these crazy great transfer deals, signing bargain players, and probably Patson Daka will end up at a big club in 3 or 4 years time. That's my prediction. And Takumi Minamino, he won't be going to the Olympics with Japan, so he's looking to attend pre-season at Liverpool, and even himself, he has no guarantees where his future will be, whether he will play at Liverpool next season or at another club. He said, I don't know what will happen with me, but for now, for the pre-season, I would like to go back to Liverpool and do my best there, and we will see what happens next. And Jurgen Klopp, after sanctioning his loan move to Southampton in February, he said that Takumi Minamino is a long-term project. He always was a long-term project. We see a lot of potential in Takumi, and it makes absolutely a lot of sense for him to play maybe 16, 17 games in the Premier League for Southampton, and then he comes back in a different mindset, confidence level, all these kind of things. So I hope it is a win-win situation. He just has to enjoy football again at Southampton. He's an outstanding professional, a top talent, and a really, really good player. So it's all good. And I think that indicates that Liverpool will want to give Minamino more playing time next season and see where he fits in. And Minamino, with more confidence, surely will do well at Liverpool next season. I think he's a good player, but he needs to play more for us to see whether he's truly good enough for Liverpool or not. And Loris Karius will have to make a decision on his future. He's not wanted at Liverpool, he's for sale, and he said, of course, when I moved to Union Berlin in the Bundesliga, I was told that I would play, otherwise I wouldn't have come either. We looked at each other in the eye at the end of the season and shook hands. Everyone told me that I was incredibly important to the team and that they were sorry how it went. But when you look at it all, it was certainly not exactly fair, simply because of what was shown to me in advance. As of now, I will be at Liverpool on July the 12th. There is still a lot going on at the moment because of the Euros and Corona. The transfer market will pick up rather late. I will keep everything open and will make the right decision for myself. I want to prove something to myself and the people. I'm extremely hungry and motivated. You should never exclude anything. Last year I had left and would have been in the Liverpool goal 2 weeks later due to injuries in the goalkeeping position. But I don't always want to be dependent on such factors. You don't want your colleagues to get injured either. I keep all my options open and will make the right decision for myself. It is important for me that it fits. The club has to be up for it. I have to be up for it. Coach has to be up for it. Last year taught me again that you have to exchange ideas intensively with those responsible for the team selection, and that you really have to pay attention to your intuition. I don't know if it has to be something completely exotic, but Spain, Italy, I can already imagine something like that if it fits. So I think Karius' career is over at Liverpool, and I think he should go to a mid-table club in maybe Spain or Italy if that's what he fancies. And Jordan Henderson said that because of Jurgen Klopp's influence, the rivalry between Germany and England has softened a little bit. He said, yeah, the gaffer Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool has been very influential, the charisma he has got. A lot of people love him even if you are a neutral fan. He has had a big part to play in English football in the Premier League. As soon as the final whistle went, Jurgen Klopp just sent me a smiley face emoji. So because he knew that England will play Germany. We have quite a young squad at England, Henderson continued, and that can be a positive thing. A lot of them go out and just enjoy the game, play with no fear, and that's what they need to do again. On Tuesday, go and enjoy it, go and show everyone how good you are, but use the passion and emotion in the right way to give you energy for the game, because that can be the difference. As an experienced player, I can help with that and make sure we are in the right frame of the mind going into the game and making sure training is at the right level over the next few days. But everyone is confident, feeling good, and we have a few days to prepare for a huge game. A lot of the lads have already played in big games, Champions League finals, Cup finals, big games for England, so they are used to those, even though they are young, and I'm sure they are looking forward to this one on Tuesday. And I'm really looking forward to the England-Germany game, so I predict Germany to win, just because England against big teams in the knockout stages, they always falter, they always mess it up sometimes, especially at the Euros. In the last 53 years, England has won one knockout game in the European Championships. That is absolutely shocking, a shocking record, and I really hope that England go through, but I'm not banking on it. Let's just be clear like that. And thanks for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.